Hey everyone, Guard the Leaf here. How's everyone doing? Today I am coming to you from a bridge, and I'm so sorry to the local Malaysians, but I actually don't know what this bridge is called, but as you can see, it lights up. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna have to look it up later. I'll put it on the screen what this bridge is actually called, but it's just, if you can see through the bars, there's the river that is underneath as well as the freeway, so but I'll let everybody know what the actual bridge is called after. But this is my first night video. Hopefully it turns out okay. I'm trying out this camera as well, just to see how it works. But I also wanted to create this quick video, and it's about flag jacking. And I think all of us Canadians know what that means. And I was just having a quick chat with one of my good friend Prof K, who is also a Discord moderator for us. And he mentioned that he had an incident in Hong Kong where he spotted a flag jacker. And sorry, all right, okay, bye. Yeah, so he spotted a flag jacker, and basically, oh my God, it's a mess. There's a lot of people here just taking photos. Let me just try to see if I can get out. Okay. Sorry. So what I was saying is that Prof K had an incident, I guess, where he saw somebody with a Canadian flag, asked him where he was from, and the guy said Vancouver. Now, obviously, Prof K knew right away he wasn't from Vancouver, because you don't, you know you're, how do I say it? If you're from Vancouver, you know how to say Vancouver, you know, and it might just be a nitpicking thing, but you know, when you're from Vancouver, you say it with a little bit of a G after Van, right? But apparently, according to Prof K, this guy said it as Van, and turns out the guy was actually from Portland. So he basically told him, you know, you better get those Canadian flags off your bag and hat, and you know, that was the end of it, I guess. But it brings up a good point. It's like, should flag jacking be accepted? You know, I've run into a few cases, not lately. I mean, I'm actually surprised to here in Malaysia. I haven't really seen any flag jacking, or actually, I haven't seen too many Canadian flags. What I see is like Toronto Maple Leaf shirts, or Montreal Canadian logos, or Raptors. I mean, that's usually what I see out here, and they'll just take a bit of a hint and say, "Hey, are you from Canada?" But I haven't seen too many actual people with Canada flags on their, you know, on their backpack or anything, right? So, but yeah, the question is, I mean, should we accept it? Should we be okay with U.S. citizens jacking our flag? You know, obviously, I already know that answer. You know, it infuriates a lot of us, and me too. I mean, I always question it, and. Oh, yeah. So this, I guess this area is called Quintessan Saloma, and it's a little tourist attraction. I mean, this is the first time I've been here, so I'm not really too sure about it, but I guess it's quite common for locals and tourists to look at. One thing as well, Petronas Tower is right here. So most of my other videos, I've been taking them in the daytime. This is at night when it's all lit up, so I'll get closer to that's the direction I'm actually walking. So. But yeah, what I was saying is, like, you know, it shouldn't be acceptable that we take it. And you know, I'm gonna go over one of my incidents that I have, and I've mentioned on my channel before. I was at an airport lounge, and an older couple on their carry-on luggage had you know, 2 Canadian flag luggage tags. So I just casually went up to them and I said, "Hey, you know, notice your tags. Where are you guys from in Canada?" And both of them kind of sheepishly looked at me, and they looked at each other, the older husband and wife, and it was finally the husband that said, "Yeah, we're actually not from Canada." And I was like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "Yeah, we're from Washington, D.C." And I remember the emotion I had at that time, and it was just like, what the fuck, right? Here we have a classic case of flag jacking, right? And here's a Petronas Tower. Let me see if I can get. You guys should be able to see that. It looks amazing in person. I mean, think everybody should check it out in person if you get the opportunity. But yeah, I remember the emotion I had. I was actually pretty pissed off, and I decided not to ream them right away. And I decided to just kind of take the diplomatic route and ask, hey, the first thing I said is, you do realize that this is kind of offensive to Canadians, right? And I remember what happened is, oh man, it's really busy tonight here. I don't usually go out at night because I'm actually recording and doing my video stuff, but I decided today, you know what, let's go out and have a night tour instead. Here's a better picture of the Toronto Towers. They look really amazing at night. So. But this whole area is just flooded with tourists, mainly from Southeast Asia, but I do see a lot of Europeans here at times too. Shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna take the diplomatic route first and just let them know, hey, as a Canadian, I don't really appreciate this, right? And when I looked at them, the wife actually was almost in tears, and first thing they said was, I'm sorry. And the husband kind of explained himself. He said, look, we really don't mean to do this, but we can't stand what's going on back home, and we're really sorry for borrowing your flag. Now, I could have still pressed on and been a complete dick about it, but I decided not to. And instead, I just kind of listened to them. And I'm not saying that everybody is, like this. There's going to be some dicks out there that just don't care, and I'm going to get into that a little bit later. But at least in this case here, I decided, I'm going to listen to them, right? And what they were doing is they were traveling the world. They didn't want to be in their country. They were from Washington, D.C. And they decided, we're not going to support our country. We're not going to be here. We're going to be gone for as long as we can. So I don't know where they were going. I was at the airport lounge and I'm not sure where they're going, but I don't think they actually expected to be confronted by a Canadian in Southeast Asia. But I called them out on it. And for this scenario here, I could have been a complete prick about it. And I think it really depended on how they would react to me saying, I don't, as a Canadian, I don't like you guys borrowing our flag. And luckily, they answered the right way. Still not okay. I still don't agree with it, and I still think it's wrong. But I heard their story. So, what I'm trying to say is that, hang on. I'm trying to talk and also trying not to get hit by a car. Hey, there's a BYD car. I guess I sidetracked a lot. I don't think I noticed this, but there's just too much sensory overload right now for me, and then I have to continue trying to talk. But yeah, what I was saying is, I think depending on how people react, of course you tell them it's wrong. We don't like it. It's wrong. Don't do this anymore. But we can also treat them, not like pricks. I don't want to treat anybody like a prick unless they're really asking for it. Holy crap! It's really busy today. This is, I think, the busiest I've seen it. But it's not always going to be the case I have. I mean, there have been people who really don't care about jacking our flag, and I think it's wrong. And I always have to bring up questions like, you're so proud of wearing your flags and your, United States flag T-shirts and hats and shorts and underwear probably, and when you leave the country, you're too chicken shit to wear it. Well, I have to admit, I'm still waiting for somebody to, my scenario or my incident. I haven't ran into anybody yet, but I'm still trying to. I'm sure I'll find somebody within Malaysia or Southeast Asia, wherever I'm going, that's going to be jacking our flag. I'm not. I'm gonna. I don't want to say I'm gonna have fun with it, but I'm gonna call them out. Um, but yeah, it's not okay, and I don't think people. I mean, obviously, you can't control what the United States people do and U.S. citizens do, but I always have to think. You know what? If you're, like I said earlier, you're too chicken shit to wear your flag out of the country, but you're so proud of it wearing it inside. There's something wrong with it, to be honest. So, oh my god, it's so busy here. But I always, what is? I mean, I guess it's a question to ask the audience right now. What do you think it is? I mean, why do you think they're so embarrassed to wear the United States flag out of the country? I think we all know the answer. Nobody likes, the loud, obnoxious United States citizens that are traveling abroad. I'm not saying it's all. I've met quite a few. What's the word I like using now? Critical thinking United States citizens. But I also don't appreciate the ones that are jacking our flag. Let me look up. I'm right below the towers right now. So it's pretty cool. And there's lots of people around here today. It's been a while since I've walked through here. Yeah, I think that's the thing that just really irks me a lot is people who, United States citizens who are so proud of wearing their flag at home, but, when it comes time to travel abroad, ooh, I'm Canadian, eh? Like, fuck that, But I'm curious. I mean, have anyone watching this video right now, have you guys ever experienced flag jacking before when you're traveling abroad? And, I always try to wear something that shows that I am Canadian. I mean, right now I'm wearing a hat that has a Canadian flag on it. Not a big one. I mean, I'm not, belching it out that, hey, I'm Canadian, but, there's a little symbol there that people can kind of tell. But yeah, has anybody ever had any experiences or incidents when it comes to people flag jacking, right? And if you did, what did you do? So, I'm inside the KLCC mall now. So if you ever come here, I mean, this is the mall. I think if you go that way, there's a sky lobby, which basically you can take a tour. It'll take you up to the top of the towers. So you can cross over the little bridge and take a view of KL. But yeah, has anyone ever had a flag jacking incident happen to you? Or have you ever caught anybody? On a funny note, I was actually, this was a couple years ago. Actually, maybe more than that. It's probably maybe 3-4 years ago. Maybe just after COVID when I was traveling. Someone actually tried to see if I was flag jacking. And it's kind of funny because they were like, so, you're from Canada? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, are you sure? I'm like, what do you mean am I sure? I'm pretty damn sure I know I'm Canadian. And then he's like, well, there's a lot of U.S. citizens stealing our flag and using it abroad. I'm just, suspicious that you are not Canadian. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. And I was like, I did a hold my beer situation, and I was like, are you actually questioning whether or not I'm Canadian? So what I did is I told him to prove to you I'm Canadian, I'm going to tell you all of our provinces and territories and the capitals for each one. So I did it. And after that, he just kind of looked at me, kind of looked me up and down. And he's like, all right, I guess you're Canadian. And I was like, do you want me to tell you what my postal code is too? He's like, well, the fact that you know what a postal code is tells me that you are from Canada. He had a good laugh at me. So, yeah, I mean, that's about the extent that I think. That's about the extent that I've had in terms of flag jacking incidents. I'm pretty sure I will come across more living abroad. I got a Lego exhibit here. One thing is here, I mean, the mall is actually open pretty late. So, well, not really late, but every day is open till 10. And that was one change that I had to get used to, because I remember you go to the malls in Canada, say Metrotown or Pacific Center and stuff. it closes, weekdays it closes at what, 6, maybe 6:30 or 7 or something like that. But yeah, malls here, they close like really late. So yeah, so I just want to hear from the audience. I mean, what's your thoughts on flag jumping? Do you think they should stop? Have you encountered any incidents? And if so, what did you do? I know after talking to Prof K, I told him I think maybe we should do another segment on it, and I'll talk about it later. And maybe I'll get him on the channel as well, just to share his insight. There's that stupid FIFA football. Fuck FIFA. I don't know why. I get so triggered every time I see it. Yeah, I know why I'm triggered. Anyways, that's it for this video. I'm just gonna film a little bit more to show you the park at night. So I mean, for those that are not interested, just go ahead and drop off. Thanks for watching. But those that are sticking around, this is the KLCC park at night. I've filmed here in the daytime. Sorry. I just cut in front of somebody's picture. I feel bad for that. But yeah, this is the KLCC park at night, and they always have like a water show. There is music I can hear, but it's just not too loud. I think it's just too many people. But it is very lively here at night. You can see all the people, and every night it's like this. And you see here, I'm actually on the other side of the towers. So obviously the two Petronas towers on the left, the tower on the right is the Four Seasons Hotel. The smaller one in the middle, I think that's the Maxis building. That's like the telecom building here. I guess it would be equivalent to like Bell or Telus and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's really happening here, and it's still. Oops, sorry. Everyone's taking pictures everywhere, and I just got in front of somebody. But yeah, I mean, lots of tourists. I'm hearing a whole bunch of different languages, mainly from different parts of Asia and South Asia. And yeah, and it's also still 30-something degrees here, which it's night, but I'm still sweating. And I think I'm gonna go back into the mall now and cool off a little bit. But yeah, this is a quick tour at night, and I want to thank everyone that's still watching to this point, because it does help the algorithm. And I'm gonna talk about that in another video as well. It's getting tougher for content creators these days, and I think I might have to do a video on that later. But yeah, just want to say thanks for everyone for staying to this point, and I'll catch you in another video.